dive into a topic that I know is super underrated and most people don't really think about, and it's umbrella insurance. Yes, you definitely heard it, right? Umbrella insurance. It's one of the most underrated types of insurance out there just because nobody ever thinks about having super, super disastrous things happen to them, or something that happens where they would have to cover more than what their normal insurance would expect. But it's literally the difference between being financially secure and facing a financial disaster. So it's something that we practice at our firm, making sure our clients are aware of umbrella insurance and the importance of having umbrella insurance. Is something that we point out on the balance sheet when you don't have it, just because it is super important. So let's go ahead and break it down what umbrella insurance is. So basically, it's like extra liability coverage that kicks in when your standard insurance policies, like your home or your auto insurance policy, doesn't cover the cost of a full claim. So if you picture it like this, so you got your regular insurance policy, and that's your safety net. That's you're secure at that. But in the event something really major happens, super, super bad accident, somebody gets injured on your property, the cost goes beyond what you're expecting or what your normal insurance covers, then the umbrella insurance will kick in. So I'll give you just like a quick example. So kind of what I was saying a little bit earlier. Imagine like you're driving and you cause a super major accident, and that's happened to myself before. The medical bills for the other party, they're through the roof. Let's just say that like they're unbelievable, and there's no way that they can be paid. And then they sue you for more than the car insurance policy covers. Or even if picture somebody slipping on your property, like I said earlier, like somebody just falls, they get injured and they decide to take legal action, then your homeowner insurance only goes so far. Like they're only going to cover just a certain amount. But with something like umbrella insurance, it's there to cover those big gaps. So instead of, your homeowner insurance only covers so much, the umbrella insurance will come in and say, okay, well, we'll step in and pay the rest. Now, most people usually think like I wouldn't need something like this because that will never happen to me. One of the worst, the famous last words. That's how I always think about certain things like that. That will never happen to me is usually the famous last words. And, my solid answer is usually if someone asks me like, hey, do I need umbrella insurance? Yes, you absolutely need umbrella insurance. It's the main goal is just to protect your assets. So even if you don't consider yourself wealthy, anything that you own, house, car, investments, whatever that is, it could be at risk if you have a serious lawsuit. And one thing about lawsuits is because we're in like what's called like a litigious society, they often they happen more than what you'd expect. So most people think it's like, oh, it's usually like the super rich who get sued, because it's like, oh, it's easier to sue them. It's like, oh, I'm gonna come for your millions. But most people don't understand that, hey, it's normal people like you and I that actually get sued pretty often as well. And then another great thing about umbrella insurance is that it's super affordable. For the amount of coverage that you're actually getting, the cost is pretty low, which is awesome, because it's almost one of those things where it becomes like a steal almost. We're talking a few $100s a year, or for like millions of dollars in additional coverage. So you pay a few $100s and you get like millions of dollars in coverage. You compare that to the risk of like losing your whole house if you don't have it. If you face a massive lawsuit and you don't have it, like the just like the trade-off is just like too good. It's too good to be true almost. So one of the key benefits of having umbrella insurance is that it's flexible. It doesn't just cover you for like incidents related to your car, your home. It can cover things like slander, false arrest. So if something happens to you outside of like typical or home insurance, umbrella insurance will be something that you can really lean on. So I always, like I said, we at our firm at Rethink, we are very, very big believers on having umbrella insurance, and we see balance sheets all the time where clients don't have it, and because nobody thinks that they need it, because again, nobody thinks that something major is gonna happen to them. So one thing that keep in mind, hey, it's extra coverage. It's extra coverage, and it's at an affordable rate, at an affordable cost, because we never know when something crazy is gonna happen, and it's gonna protect your assets. And that's mainly what you want to do, especially when you're in the growing wealth stage, and even when you're on the stage of where it's like, okay, now I need to just pretty much protect my assets. So on both stages of the wealth process, it's something important to have, and again, it's something that we strongly recommend our clients to have. So that wraps that up. Hope that all that makes sense. If you guys even have anything that I said to you basically triggered or sparked that thought of, hey, maybe I do need some umbrella insurance just in case something crazy happens, or I may be around people where things crazy happen all the time, and I could one day be a part of that. I'm gonna leave a link to my Calendly, where you can book a call with me and our team, and we can look at what you currently have, and see if there's something that we can be a resource for yourself. So that's all I got, guys. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.